good, bad, happy and sad, entertaining, exciting, and unexpected. 2009 was a year full of news. With the growth of multimedia coverage, StarNews was there with video cameras to capture the images and events as they happened. After reviewing the more than 500 videos the StarNews produced in 2009, we've selected the top 10 visual newsmakers.
And it's snowing! Yay!
At number 10, this was one of the first major news events of the calendar year. On January 20th, a wave of wintry weather brought as much as 4 inches of snow to some parts of the region, making it the biggest snowstorm in 6 years.
This is so awesome!
The storm was part of a larger system that blanketed most of the state, and Governor Beverly Perdue declared a state of emergency. Schools and government buildings were either closed or delayed for days, giving many people a 5-day Martin Luther King Day weekend.
I'm really excited about it, especially since I got to miss school.
Shifting from snow to rain for our number 9 story. Flooded roads, stalled cars, and soggy apartment complexes were the result of a July 6th shower. More than 6.4 inches of rain fell at Wilmington International Airport, and an estimated 5 inches fell on the Racine Drive area, which took the brunt of the flood damage. Nearly 300 apartments experienced flood damage, forcing evacuations and the power to be shut off.
Fire Marshal has requested that the power be pulled, and Progress Energy is in the process of doing that.
Our number 8 story was one witnessed around the world as Wilmington's own Michael Jeffrey Jordan was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. The Laney product went on to win 6 NBA titles and a national championship at North Carolina, but shined locally before that. He scored 39 points in the Division II championship game as a senior in 1980 and departed Laney holding nearly every school record. From icon to celebrities and bells for number 7. The 2009 Azalea Festival was a tremendous success, bringing in acts like David Cook and crowning this year's queen, Amrapali and Begakor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce to you, to install and put the crown on the head of the 62nd Azalea Festival. Long live the Queen!
From the parade to the garden tour, the concerts and the bell dresses, and even the fringe events, this year's Azalea Festival was as entertaining and enchanting as ever. The number 6 story is one of rarity and amazement. In the late night hours of September 14th, about 70 leatherback turtles emerged from the sand at Carolina Beach and followed the guiding light to sea. Dozens of curious onlookers and volunteers encouraged the rare but largest breed of sea turtles as they made their way. The nest was particularly unique in that it is the first documented leatherhead nest ever south of Carteret County. Said one of the volunteers, "It is the most beautiful thing we've ever seen." Now we move into the top 5, and once again, it involves a Wilmington product that has made it big on a worldwide scale.
Thank you all so much for coming out. It's been so great so far being in North Carolina.
Kristen Dalton returned home to Wilmington in grand style on May 27th after being crowned Miss USA. Fans gathered downtown as Dalton was showered with gifts and entertained by dancing and music.
Your fragrance is intoxicating.
Dalton made time to give a speech and sign autographs before her whirlwind weekend of appearances all around the area.
It just really makes me want to cry because I look out and I see so many supportive and kind and just wonderful people who have been a part of my life for so long, and it just really shows you who your real friends are, and it's just such a good feeling to know I can come home and this is the kind of welcome I'm gonna get.
The number 4 story is one that sent a scare through communities globally, and on May 28th became local.
We're here to discuss the 4 cases of novel H1N1 influenza confirmed in New Hanover County.
The health department held a press conference to announce that the H1N1 virus had been confirmed in New Hanover County. The first 4 confirmed cases in New Hanover County joined what had already been 18 cases throughout North Carolina and more than 13,000 worldwide at the time. The virus, which has been linked to several deaths, is cited for the death of a 22-year-old nursing student from Wilmington on November 30th.
The home for New Hanover football is the Wildcats' home no more, at least not for the near future.
The number 3 story began as an inquiry from StarNews reporter Rachel George and turned into a large-scale investigation. The Jasper Davis Fieldhouse at New Hanover High School had holes and boarded up restrooms. But above all other dilapidation, the roof was in danger of collapse. What began as an investigation turned into inspections reviews and the eventual condemnation of the building that has posed life-threatening risk to high school athletes.
Officially, no, you can't occupy that building. That's what the engineer said. The data or the memos, et cetera, that we got from the school board also reiterated that the building could not be occupied.
Coming in at number 2, the Wilmington Police Department lost one of its own in the early morning hours of February 18th. Responding to a chase that involved a vehicle discarding marijuana, Officer Richard Matthews was in pursuit to back up a fellow officer when he lost control of his cruiser in an attempt to maneuver a box that was lying in the road. Matthews was the first Wilmington police officer killed in the line of duty in 30 years. The driver of the vehicle involved in the case was later indicted on second-degree murder charges, among others.
And that was Richard. He volunteered for anything and everything, and he was a hard worker.
And now to the top story of 2009. On February 4th, 33-year-old Gerard Altman allegedly killed his mother and her husband in what authorities described as a grisly scene.
Novel's deputies, along with the fire department, made entry into the residence, finding a male and a female to be deceased.
Altman, who had served a 13-year prison term previously, was arrested the next day at an apartment complex and made his first appearance in court on February 6. Altman was indicted by a New Hanover grand jury on 2 counts of first-degree murder, armed robbery, 3 counts of forgery, and 3 charges of passing forged checks, as well as 6 counts of obtaining property by false pretense. On April 3rd, resident Superior Court Judge Jay Hockenberry said he would allow the case to proceed as a death penalty case. And there's a look at your top 10 videos of 2009. But in the more than 500 videos the StarNews produced in 2009, just about every emotion imaginable was touched at one point or another, including loss. As we wrap this one up, let's take a look at some of the individuals who left us in 2009.